So this is my Diamondback Haanjo 2, which is technically a mix between a road bike and a gravel bike. This thing is a 2018. I've had it for about a year now, and so far, I really like this thing. It's been really good to me. It's mostly bone stock for the most part. Let's see, the only thing that I've changed is the bar tape, the seat, and the tires. That's basically all that I've changed. The tires that came with it were super heavy tires. It's their mix between like a gravel tire and a road tire. So these are their basic bone stock tires. They're really heavy. Like they have a lot of puncture resistance. What I do, I kind of just chucked them, to be honest with you. The other tires that I picked up were these WTB Nanos. This is cool. This is a proper gravel tire. As you can see, the tread is very similar to like an XC bike, but it's small, so it rolls really fast. I don't like to run these on the road that much, just for the pure fact that they are more an aggressive tire. Comparing it to the tires I have on here now, which are the Vittoria Rubino Pros. These are a very road tire. Very slick in the middle with a little bit of grooves on the sides. These things are light, they're fast. I really like these so far. I do have them tubeless. So basically it's bone stock for the most part, other than those couple things I mentioned. I did end up going with an SDG saddle here. So some of the things that I don't like about the bike, while it is nice that they do have disc brakes, I'm not running rim brakes, which is really nice. The disc brakes are okay. They're the Tetro Lyras, and they do a decent job. They're not super powerful. I would eventually like to actually swap these out with some hydraulic disc brakes. 2x setup is okay. It's very cheap. It's the Shimano Claris, if I recall correctly. In fact, I like the range that it gives you, but eventually I would like to actually swap it out for maybe some Shimano 105 group set. The cranks that it came with are extremely cheap. They look like they're just the really heavy sealed bottom bracket that just, I don't like them. I'd like for them to go away, to be honest. I am running my Shimano SPD. These are actually mountain bike pedals, but you know, they work great. I have no problems with them. The rims that are on this bike are also really cheap. They're really heavy. They haven't dented after all the single track that I've done on this bike, which I have done single track on this bike actually, now that I bring that up. And it handled it really well. I thought it's really fun. So one of the fun things to do with this bike is to be able to go take it on your green and maybe your blue trails that aren't really super rocky and, you know, they're more smooth of a trail. This is really fun. It's so crazy to experience riding down a trail in the drop bars. It's something that takes, I don't think I'm even used to it yet. I've only done it a few times, and it's a lot of fun. I'd love to take this thing up to Skyline and Big Bear and go ride that trail with this. I think it could be a lot of fun. So another thing that I would say maybe upgrading is getting a new wheel set for this bike would be really nice. Hunt's does have a gravel wheel set that is like 600 grams lighter than this wheel set, and it's only $400, maybe a little less. Retail on this bike right now is $875, and that's if you can find one because of the whole COVID situation. You can't find bikes like this anymore. They're all sold out. But I got mine last year. It was a 2018. It's basically the same thing that I can tell as the 2020 edition. So if you're coming here to check out the 2020 edition, this is the same bike as near as I can tell. All the components look the same, geometry looks the same. So I guess this review would help you if you're looking for a 2020 model. But yeah, you know, if you can get one of these bikes and this is in your budget, I'd say go for it. This is a great bike. I've had no issues with it. I've put probably 1,100 miles on this bike so far, and that does include some Zwift. It's been a great bike. I have no issues with it other than just the brakes work, but I'd like them to be better because, you know, who doesn't want to be able to stop fast? If you were to pick up this bike, a couple things I would say to maybe invest in is some new tires that are a lot lighter, maybe going tubeless if you can. But yeah, so this is my Diamondback Haanjo. I dubbed it the Mystery Machine for the green, blue, and orange color scheme. I mean, it does look like the Mystery Machine, right? So